Hey there everybody, it's Alex here from RPG Site. Today we got through a little bit of a care package from the guys at Square Enix, but not from the video game people, from the people who are on the product side of the business, because they do operate quite separately, so we don't usually speak to them very much, but they sent us over very kindly some of this stuff. So this is the new Final Fantasy trading card game, as you can see, and yeah, this is basically, to my understanding, Final Fantasy meets Magic the Gathering or Pokemon trading card game, that sort of thing. So I already actually opened one of there's three starter sets available. There's a Final Fantasy XIII one, a Final Fantasy X one, and a Final Fantasy VII one. So the Final Fantasy VII one I've already taken out of the box. And I posted some pictures and you guys immediately pretty much said, you know, do an unboxing sort of thing so people know what they get. So we don't usually do this thing. We're not a trading card website, but why the hell not, right? So in the box you get sort of this thing. I'm not going to open this all the way, but this is basically well, he says he's not going to open it all the way and then he does, but it's stuff like the structure of the game, some of the rules stuff, and of course this is how you play the game. It's a thing to play it on, and likewise then there's some stuff on the back about the stuff that's available. So the Final Fantasy VII deck, 10 deck, 13 deck, and you can see each of these decks basically has a different sort of theme. So the Final Fantasy X deck is built around Yuna, it says here, and the Final Fantasy XIII deck is all about, you know, dealing out a lot of damage basically. So it seems like they're trying to channel some of the games, and I believe this here is just another thing which takes you starter guide. Here's how to get on with the actual game. Anyway, you want to look at the cards, I imagine. But the point is, this is a playable trading card game. We will actually do a bit of a feature where we play it and we see what it's like and we talk about that. But for now, let's just talk about the cards. So this is the Final Fantasy VII deck. Let me get some focus action on here. So we've got quite a number of clouds. Using, of course, you notice the new Final Fantasy VII remake artwork. Zagan, so you can see they're not just going for the big characters. Zagan is, some of you may not even remember, he's Tifa's teacher. So a few of him. We got Tifa. Yeah, she has the water kick move that she's very well known for. One version of Bahamut that I don't remember which Final Fantasy VII game that's from. Red 13. Ifrit, and then we're getting into non-Final Fantasy VII cards here. So I think this is a lot like how the Pokemon decks usually have a theme, but they're not, you know, an absolute theme. So you can see we've got generic Black Mage using artwork from the DS version and mobile version of Final Fantasy III. Same for Evoker. Samurai, that's some Final Fantasy Tactics artwork. Magus, again, pulling from Final Fantasy III remake, some more Tactics artwork with Squire, and then we're back to 7 with a weaker card, but Vincent. And now, see, again, interesting, we have some more Final Fantasy VII remake stuff. We've got Wedge here. This is the new design, which is by, what's his name? Roberto Ferrari, I believe his name is. He did the redesigns of Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. Speak of the devil, there is also Jesse. You might notice these aren't renders, but are actually just stills from the trailers we've already seen. So I'm not, you know. And the new Barrett, complete with sunglasses, as you would expect. And there's Biggs completing that set. So, you know, Final Fantasy VII remake cards in there, which is interesting. Dark Knight, Black Belt, more Final Fantasy III, Gollum, and Monk. So that's the shape of the deck. And, you know, you look at the abilities and you sort of got, you know, Cloud's obviously the star card in this deck. And if we look at his power, we've got, he's a forward, which is the damage dealing people, and there's characters that are backup, and so on and so forth. So that's, you know, that's pretty interesting. So let's look real briefly through the others. So this is the 13 set. And these are sealed on the side. One moment. Yep. So lightning on the top, because of course she is. They're sort of shrink wrapped in here as well, so I'm gonna have to try and get that open. There's a handy tab on the side, which is very useful. It's something not all games do. It's particularly useful when you're trying to get things open quickly when you're on a video and you're trying not to make a fool of yourself. So that's useful. Thank you for that, Square. You can see they're sort of all thing together, but that'll split them up a bit. So yeah, much the same as the 7 deck, I imagine. Just refocus a little bit. So we got Lightning herself, the Queen, or the hated one, depending on your perspective. We have Gilgamesh, with Commando ability. So it's clearly not just base 13, because we've got Noel here. Yep, that's base 13 again, though. He's one of those guys from the start, right? God, I don't even remember who that guy is. Lightning on Odin. We got a Sage and a Summoner. These both coming from the Tactics designs. Magus, Dragoon, Sid Reigns. Loads of Sid. Jill, perhaps the most underutilized, cool-looking villain in the history of Final Fantasy. But you get a fair bit of her in here. And we've got Professional Idiot Snow, Sarah from 13.2, Mog from 13.2, Bard, Snow on Shiva, Summoner, Dark Knight. Again, Final Fantasy III designs there. So, yeah, so I think you're getting the idea. So we'll get through these. There's one more to go, which is the Final Fantasy X set. And then we'll actually look at, so I've got some actual booster packs over here. So obviously you buy these individual starter kits, I guess you would call them. Well, actually they are, they're straight up called starter sets. And then after that, obviously, if you want more cards, you're gonna have to do so via regular booster packs like any trading card game. And I guess that's where they get you for the money, because the booster packs are quite expensive for a couple of cards. But, my understanding is in this first set there's some 200 cards or something like that. So there seems to be a decent amount in the game so far. Gotta love that sound. So yeah, so here we are with the 10 deck. So Tidus, or Tidus, but it is officially Tidus now, unfortunately. Lovely art, Guardian ability, seems quite similar to Cloud's ability in the 7-pack actually from a glance. Shuyin, so again, we're including the sequels here. Yuna, yep, more sequel stuff. Waka, interesting they sort of use both pieces of artwork there. More Final Fantasy III with another Evoker, another Knight, another Viking. Geomancers from Tactics, Leviathan, Brother, so more 10 stuff, minor characters. Veil 4. Interesting choice of artwork, really, that, for Veil 4, because there is drawn artwork, but they've chose to use a still from the game. Pain. Barreleye. Of course, Riku. Evoker. No Ornn in this. Sylph. Devout, Ninja, and Archer, but no Ornn. But I suppose you have to save something for later. Okay, we've been going a good 10 minutes, so let's just keep this trucking. So these are what the booster packs look like. As far as I know, they've all got lightning on them. Don't be angry. And yeah, so you can see right here, if I try and focus this in, we get 12 cards per pack. There's 78 commons, 60 rares, 34 heroes, 14 legends, 216 premium. This pack contains 12 cards, randomly taken from a total of 186 cards, 216 premium cards. This pack does not include any rulebook. This pack might contain 2 identical cards. So, standard issue stuff. for a trading card game. Now I know that with Pokemon there's a specific order where if you take stuff out in a specific order, you know where the shiny is, I guess. But we'll just do this because we don't know with this game, it's too young. So here we go. So we have Kuja. So that is obviously a Final Fantasy IX pick. So as you can see, it's not just 7, 10 and 13 that are included here, and 3 in Tactics for that matter. We have another Odin, so we've already got plenty of those bloody things in the 13 deck, but there you go, that's the danger of trading card games. We have Lebrow, so she's another one of those 13 guys from Nora at the start of the game. We have Hades, that is the, I don't know which, maybe that's the Final Fantasy IX design of Hades? No, it's the Final Fantasy VII one, it says on the card. Useful that it says on the card, I have to say. We have a holograph shiny, whatever you want to call it, of Vanille. That's more 13, so I guess that's a rare card. Although it doesn't really, I don't see anything on here that sort of denotes the actual rarity of the card, the same way you have, you know, the star, the square, the circle in the corner of Pokemon cards. If they still do that, I haven't played Pokemon cards for years. We have a Moogle with the best possible design of the Moogle, which is of course the Moogle from Final Fantasy IX. We have another Knight from Tactics. We have another Archer from Tactics. Getting a strong impression Tactics is sort of the filler game. We have Shiva, and I don't know what design is that. Final Fantasy Tactics Shiva, okay. We have another Golem, and some of those showed up in the 7 deck, I believe. We have another Summoner, and we have Mr. Sid Highwind himself from Final Fantasy VII. Arguably the best Sid, but I sort of prefer the one from 8 and the one from 9 for that matter. Of the PS1 Sids, it might be blasphemy, but I think Sid Highwind is probably the worst of the 3. I've got a great deal of time for the scumbag cheated on wife Sid from Final Fantasy IX, and indeed even more so for fake Robin Williams Sid from Final Fantasy VIII. Anyway, so here we have a Time Mage from Tactics. Yep. We have Bahamut from 13 with Fak. We have another Riku, but that's a different Riku that was in the Final Fantasy X decks. It was a 10-2 Riku in that deck. We have Gilgamesh, and again, that's a different Gilgamesh, and that appears to be the Gilgamesh from Dissidia. We have Rain. So this is an interesting one purely because this is a card for a game that came out yesterday here. Well, no, sorry, 3 days ago here. We've got a review of World of Final Fantasy on the website, but yeah, so they're really keeping up to date in that regard. I think she's an alright character, actually. We have another holographic, this time Sid Reigns, which we already have in one of the decks, so that isn't ideal, but there you go. We have a Dark Knight. Again, another free design. We have another Summoner from Tactics. This Tactics art is finally getting a run out after all these years. Have a Fairy, again from Tactics. We have a Scholar, again using the free design. I do like that Final Fantasy free art though. Have a Chemist, again from Tactics. And we have a Gilgamesh that is 100% a Dissidia Gilgamesh, but again a different card. So it seems like there are going to be, quite a bit of normal of the same character appearing in different guises. Here we go again. We're halfway now. We've got 2 more packs after this. You know what, we'll do it this way. So we've got good old Kimari here, using the original artwork from Tetsuya Nomura. We have Titan, who has sort of had a new lease of life because of his big role in Final Fantasy 15. We have Thief, again, some free artwork. We have a Black Mage, again Tactics, Summoner from free, and we got a good old classic Cloud. So we've seen the remake Cloud over there, but we have a traditional, original Nomura artwork Cloud, not a Dissidia Cloud either, where he looks all depressed. This is a classic Cloud where he looks like a hero, so I approve. We've got another Thief from free. We have a shiny of Red Mage, again Final Fantasy free design. We have a Waka card. Sort of a shame that isn't a card for the whole Blitzball team, really. We have Laguna, Top Bloke, Onion Knight, and the Queen of Belts, Lulu. So, again, it feels like, I don't know, is it guaranteed you get a shiny in every pack? Because we have so far, or have we just been lucky / unlucky because none of them have really been that good? I don't know. We're kicking off again with another Tactics card, because of course we are. This is Alma. Got Knight from Final Fantasy III again. Ifrit again. Sage from Free. Ninja from Free. White Mage from Tactics. Squire from Tactics. And a shiny Kimari card. And that card appears to be a bit nicer than the other shinies, I think. So that's cool. We got Fang in all her glory. Seymour. Another World of Final Fantasy card in the form of an Akros. And original Final Fantasy villain himself, Garland. So, there we go. And we are now down to the very last pack. Dramatic scenes here. I should say thank you again to the guys at Square for sending this through. And we will look at the game itself, play some rounds with the preset decks, and see what that's like. But first, we have Aerith. She is alive, at least for now. This is the original Final Fantasy VII design, of course. No spoilers on the remake in this card deck. Red Mage from Free again. More tactics in the Chemist and Deleter. At least we've got a main character here. We have Deleter and we also have Ramza. A Yuffie card. She's quite a low cost to play. I assume this is the cost to play, Hearthstone style in the corner. We have a Monk. And we have Firion as a shiny, and you can see that is original Yoshitaka Amano artwork there as well, which I do very much appreciate. And it's nice to have a Final Fantasy II representative out of nowhere. We have Deleter, so it's been a good pack for named Tactics people. We have Varn from Dissidia, but the alternate costume, the pirate costume. So that's interesting that they're including different costumes and stuff. We have Oran again from Tactics, and we have Cloud of Darkness with the Dissidia design. So, yeah, there you go. So that's a bit of a look at the Final Fantasy trading card game. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff here. This game is now out, and Square's slowly beginning to push it, and if you search around, you'll be able to find the starter packs available, and also, I looked it up online, you can go ahead and you can buy, you know, a full set of a full booster box, and then you get like what 36 of these packs, which is quite a lot of cards for about £100, for about £115. And the starter kits are, I believe, in the region of £12, £15, something like that. So all that cost is really in line with Magic and stuff like that. So if you played those games, you know. You got a good idea of what to expect, really. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to playing the actual game. What I will say is, by the way, the card stock and stuff feels really nice, high quality, which isn't true of all the card games out there. So the big question is how good it is to play. I'm not going to be able to answer that here. I'm not going to be able to answer that until I rope a friend into helping me. So what I will do now is I'll go and try and make that happen in the next couple of days, and we'll follow up with a video of that. So yeah, Final Fantasy trading card game available now. Final Fantasy's obviously got a lot of lovely artwork, so it's pretty easy for them to slap that artwork on some cards, build some nice rules. Hopefully they are nice rules, and have a pretty successful game out of it. Certainly, the artwork's worth looking at. Hopefully, we see more stuff that isn't just tactics and free over and over again in these free games. Hopefully, they're pretty quick in releasing. I want my Final Fantasy IX deck, god damn it. Alright then, that is the Final Fantasy trading card game. Stick with us here on RPG Site for more videos of RPG and RPG related things. Until next time, everybody, that's me attempting to wave. See ya.